mist.
This strange occurrence was captured by a home security camera. While the family living there was away at work, the house had been left completely empty, which is exactly why cameras had recently been installed throughout several rooms. For days, the family had been returning home to find small but unsettling signs that something wasn't right. Objects left on the floor, drawers hanging open, and items moved from places they were certain they had left them. At first, they suspected someone might be entering the house while the family were gone. But after repeatedly checking every door and window and finding no sign of forced entry, they set up cameras to find out what was happening inside the empty house. It didn't take long before the footage captured something deeply unsettling. In the clip, a drawer suddenly slides open on its own. Then moments later, objects begin dropping from a nearby surface one after another, as if something unseen is moving through the room and knocking them aside. When the family returned later that day, the house looked exactly as it did in the footage. Drawers left open, objects scattered across the floor, even furniture slightly out of place. Some viewers believe there could still be a normal explanation: loose shelving, vibrations, or even small animals hidden somewhere inside the walls. But others say the movement feels far too deliberate for that. Whether this was an unusual coincidence, an intruder somehow staying out of view, or something far more disturbing caught on camera, no one knows for sure. But one detail makes the footage even more unsettling. Whatever caused the chaos in that room appeared to still be inside the house while the cameras were recording. And according to the family, they still have no explanation for what really happened.
Number 5.
A woman named Hannah was spending a quiet evening alone in her living room. She had just finished dinner and was casually scrolling through videos on her phone. Out of nowhere, something happened that left her absolutely terrified.
I was invited because of lesbian geography. And they're almost ever since years.
What was your first impression of her aspect of her?
I was in blue jeans and a plaid white and a big.
Hello?
Suddenly, she heard a weird creaking noise from the wooden floor, as if someone was slowly walking across it. Her dog picked up on the danger and began barking wildly, louder and more fiercely than usual. Hannah cautiously moved toward the stairs to check it out, but then she heard footsteps hurrying down them. In that instant, panic took over and she bolted straight out of the house. Hannah spent that night entirely by herself. She is certain the events were far from ordinary. In her view, her house could now be haunted. But how do you at home see it?
Time to subscribe to Big Smokeweiler, hit like, and ring the bell, or we will find you.
Number 4.
This unsettling video was recorded by a woman who believes something inside her home has become disturbingly interested in her 2 children. For months, she had been noticing small things that didn't feel right. Her daughter would suddenly wake in the middle of the night crying and pointing toward empty corners of the room. On some nights, she refused to sleep at all, insisting that someone was standing near the bed watching them. And more than once, toys were found moved to places no one remembered putting them. She tried to dismiss it as imagination or stress, anything but something paranormal. But then one night her camera captured something she could no longer ignore. She doesn't own any pets, and yet the footage appears to show what looks like a hand suddenly pulling the cord. Some viewers believe it could be the spirit of a child, the kind of presence often described in paranormal activity cases as curious, playful, and drawn toward other children. But others warn that not everything presents itself honestly. In many disturbing hauntings, something can appear small or harmless at first, only to gain trust and access. And that's what makes this creepy footage especially unsettling. The activity doesn't seem random. It centers on the children's room, their toys, and their beds. The mother says she wants to believe she's only being paranoid. But after seeing this, it's hard not to wonder, is this just fear taking over? Or is something unseen actually reaching out to her kids? But as usual, I'll let you at home decide.
Number 2.
Recently, a bizarre video started circulating online and quickly went viral across social media platforms. Surprisingly, no one has identified where it originally came from. The footage was shot inside a cemetery. In it, a big group of people is gathered for a funeral service. At the beginning, everything looks perfectly normal. But then, something shocking and hard to believe takes place. Let's take a look at the video. Out of nowhere, the man loses his footing and tumbles straight into the open grave. No one spotted anything odd in the moment itself. But when they replay the video, it becomes clear that a mysterious hand suddenly reaches out and grabs him by the shoulder, yanking him downward. And the grave itself was totally empty inside. There was nobody down there at all. The origin of this video has never been identified. Because of that, no confirmed explanation has ever been given for what took place. It remains a complete mystery even now. I'm genuinely curious about how you interpret it. What do you believe actually occurred?
Number
A man is simply recording an update for his followers one evening. He explains that lately he's been posting political videos instead of his usual original content, not because he wants to change his channel, but because he recently lost hours at work and is now trying to find a new job. According to him, political content gets more of a push and attention, which really matters because of views. But in the middle of filming that update, something unexpected happens. Look closely.
I'm gonna try and make this one quick. This is just kind of update video. People have been wondering why I've been uploading so many news clips, so many political videos, and why I haven't been uploading any original content lately. As you should know, the American election just happened, and I was getting kind of one video. If you follow my channel, you would know it has 28,000 views. And I tried essentially recreating that, and getting a lot of views, through those political videos. Unsuccessfully, might I add. Basically, what I'm getting at is, in order to fill in the lack of original videos, I've been doing these political clip videos. And the reasoning behind that is because here at home, things are a little difficult. I didn't lose my job, but I lost a lot of hours. And I'm looking for new employment, which is inhibiting me from creating new content. Makes it a lot easier for me if I can just, find a video clip of some politician or some news anchor saying something really stupid and get some views from that, than it is. It's easier for me to get views from that than it is, new content at the moment. So, just what I'm saying is bear with me. The f***? Yeah. It was pretty f***ing weird. Got that on tape. Yeah, that. I know you guys aren't gonna believe that really just happened, but as you can see, there's no one in the room with me here. I've kind of chose this room because it was the only room in my house without someone in here. Yeah, that was fucking weird, guys. This isn't. It's a string, right? But that's just kind of an Ethernet cable. You could, Hey guys, it's pretty fucking weird.
Cases like this are unsettling because they often seem to begin in small ways. Subtle disturbances, objects shifting, electronics acting strangely, before escalating into something much harder to ignore. There's also something else that stands out here. He openly talks about stress, work problems, financial pressure, and sudden change in lifestyle. And in many paranormal stories, heightened emotional states are believed to attract unexplained activity, as if intense energy draws attention from something unseen. Hopefully, this was nothing more than a one-time incident and not the beginning of something deciding to make itself known. Me personally, there's just something about this guy that makes me think he's talking out his ass. I'm not sure whether it's his bad acting or his smirky facial expressions, but there's just something about him that I don't believe. But what do you think at home? As always, drop a comment.
Number 1.
A man named Eligius recently picked up an unusual secondhand camera at a local market. Right away, the thing struck him as ancient, battered, and strangely disturbing. Dark red marks covered parts of it, but the seller quickly waved them off as nothing more than rust. Given how beat up it looked, the camera went for almost nothing. Intrigued anyway, Eligius decided to take it home, give it a good clean, and see whether it still worked.
It was quite stuck for being paint. Smelled a bit like rust. Let's see if it still works. It didn't want to turn on. Now, yes. Let's see what is in the memory.
Eligius takes his time wiping down the tiny vents and crevices of the camera. He notices an odd, unpleasant smell coming from within. It's not the typical scent of aged metal. Instead, it carries a strong metallic tang that reminds him of rust or something similar. Even with this unusual odor, the device seems perfectly functional. But the second he pops in new batteries and switches it on, the energy in the room shifts in an instant. His dog, which had been relaxed just moments earlier, suddenly becomes agitated. It starts growling and staring intensely at the camera, as if it can sense something deeply wrong about the device.
Taco does not like the camera. Come, Taco, come. Taco, come. Come look, Taco. Photo, Taco. No. Look. Taco. No, Taco. Hey. Yes, well, already.
Ever since he brought the camera back home, his dog has been barking at it non-stop, almost obsessively. The animal keeps its distance but won't stop staring at the device, like it can sense something deeply off about it. After testing the camera and snapping a few test shots, Eligius decides to check where the images are actually being saved. That's when he spots something odd. There's already a memory card inside, and it's filled with several folders. Curious, he decides to open one. What he finds inside is so unsettling that he stops recording right then and there. Take a look at this.
Let's check what is in the memory. I hadn't checked it yet. They are photos of a family. It seems they live in the United States. Everything looks very normal. This photo gave me a scare. The next folder is the photos that I took. Last folder. It seems to be their house at night. Everything is very messy. It is obvious what is spilled on the floor. I really don't know what to think. The last photo. What should I do?
Curious and now a little unsettled, Eligius decides to look over the files stored inside the camera.
I just found out about something very strange. Looking at the metadata of one of the photos, I just realized that the images were taken with another camera model. That does not correspond to the one I bought. It says they were taken with a Nikon, but the camera I bought is a Kodak. It also leaves me thinking about the strange name of the SD.
Looking closely at the image metadata, Eligius discovers something strange. The photos were originally taken using a Nikon camera, yet the device he purchased is clearly a Kodak, meaning the disturbing images had been transferred from another camera before ending up here. Why someone would move these files and then sell the camera is unclear, but considering the eerie photos and his dog's sudden reaction, Eligius begins to wonder if the camera might be connected to something far more disturbing. And in the world of creepy footage, disturbing photos, and unexplained paranormal mysteries, sometimes secondhand items carry more history than you expect. Let me know what you think of this one down below. I always want to hear what you guys think of these videos, so don't be shy.
Bonus clip.
A woman recently shared a video claiming that frightening events have begun occurring in her home, with her dogs being especially affected. She describes objects suddenly dropping on their own, doors swinging open without anyone touching them, and her dogs barking nonstop for hours at a time. One day, while she and her partner were relaxing in front of the television, something far more disturbing took place.
Yeah, that's us. Huge range. My family is extra, but no, it's so boring. What the heck? What happened, baby? But no, it's so boring. What the heck?
The footage suggests the dog was being yanked and shoved by some unseen force. Suddenly, the dog leaped up from its spot, let out a loud, pained yelp, and bolted straight toward the couple. When the couple later reviewed the security camera recording, they were horrified by what had actually happened to their pet. But the mystery still remains. As always, though, the final judgment is up to you.
Darling, is the wind blowing today? I'd like to watch television, darling.
My name is Jeff.